Today's guest comes from a business built not just on strategy, but on legacy. Nadeem Ahmed is part of the family behind MLS Livestock, a livestock business shaped by generations of experience in a relationship-driven industry.
When COVID disrupted supply chains and shook global markets, Nadim and his family were forced to adapt fast, protecting what had been built while rethinking how the business operated in an uncertain world. That period tested leadership, resilience, and decision-making under pressure.
In this episode, we unpack the responsibility of carrying a family legacy, the realities of navigating disruption, and the lessons learned from steering a traditional business through one of the most unpredictable periods in modern history.
Please welcome Nadeem Ahmed.
Nadeem, before we delve more into your main professional passion, obviously now co-founding MLS, can you take us through what it was like watching your father operate MLS, as it was back then a business based out of Oman? And what do you think the biggest lessons and insights that you took out of that you still carry with you today?
So my father has the most classic expat story. He came from Pakistan, got on a boat, did not know where the boat was going, and landed in Mathura. It's a port city in Muscat, a small area. And then in 1977, he started his first ever butcher shop. So my grandfather was a butcher. My father is a butcher. So we come from a family of red meat and livestock. So that's all we know, right? So lands in Muscat. This boy from Gujranwala in Pakistan, he has no idea where he's going. He's probably 14 years old at that time. Lands up in Muscat, starts his butcher shop in 1977. Has no idea what he's trying to do, but the only mission and the only purpose of his entire existence at that point of time is to feed his family. He has about 27 members back home in his family, and they need food. So started from there. Fast forward 2008, my older brother Naveid, he joined my father. He asked my father that we would like to turn this butcher shop into a red meat business, wholesale and retail distribution across Oman. And my father was like, no, go get a job in a bank or go become an engineer or something. But my brother was pretty persistent. My brother Naveid is also my business partner, and he's the founder of Muscat LiveStock, the company. I joined the company back in 2014. So that's the journey. I've been working for the last 11 years, but the company is about 17 years old. So biggest learning, stay humble, stay persistent, try to have a purpose in life. And for us, we come from very humble backgrounds, from very humble beginnings. Me, my brother, my father, we always had the values of respect and integrity whenever we do any sort of business, and always give value to whoever you're working with, to your employees, to your team members, to your customers, to your stakeholders, to your suppliers. And that is the entire ecosystem which we built, that it's a value system. That if we are not giving you value, when you're attached to MLS, when you're associated with us, it does not matter. It doesn't work. We have to give you value. We have to change your life in a better way. We have, it might not be a transformational change, but we have to always do something to change your life in a better way. It can be a 0.1% change or all the way to a whatever, infinite change, but we should only exist to add value to your life. So that's the biggest takeaway.
Wow. On your website, you describe your business as a family legacy. At what point did you see the business and the work of your father as less of just a job that he goes to every day, and more of something that, it's a responsibility for you guys to carry on and build on?
So we grew up in a butcher shop. We didn't have weekends. When we didn't have school, our dad would get us into the butcher shop. Me and my brother would packing bags and putting those bags in customers' cars, collecting payments at that time, asking for tips from customers, and dad would take those tips back. But I'm joking. But we always saw dad doing such great hard work, because he was putting in about 20 hours a day, getting 5 kids through school, through college, through university. It's not easy. Coming from Pakistan, trying to build a life in a new country like Oman, being an expat, and building up a business which requires a lot of strength, a lot of hard work. Butchery business is not easy. It requires a lot of skill, a lot of determination. And for us, we always saw dad as our inspiration. Our father was always that hero which we always looked up to, and he was the biggest motivator. He was the biggest inspiration around us. So it was a no-brainer for my brother, who decided to leave his high school and come to dad and say, Dad, let's do something big. Let's try to change something from a butcher shop into a transformational meat cup business. And I get my inspiration from my brother because that's who I saw, that's who I grew up with. I connect with him more than my father because I see that he is the reason behind why this entire company exists. And he's the biggest motivation we all have as the founder of the company at that time. I am the co-founder of the MLS Retail, but my brother is the founder of the MLS, the mothership, the company. And for us, it was all about growing in life, trying to change our life for the better, and building up a legacy where people should remember that they were true brothers and a father who tried building a meat legacy in the GCC, in the region, in MENA. Started from Oman, now in UAE. Hopefully, we're going to expand further.
Looking back on that period and your dad practically working around the clock, week in, week out, what do you feel that taught you about resilience and adaptability within yourself and obviously your older brother, Naveid?
There are no shortcuts to hard work. You cannot get success overnight. People who get success overnight, I feel happy for them. I feel positive. I think they're lucky. There's so much luck. But 99% of businesses, I think you need to put in the hours, you need to put in the work, and just hope for the best. So I say that business is something where you need to adapt your life around it. You can't be half-assing it. Sorry, mind my language of that. So you can't be half-assing your business. Either your life rotates around your business or your business doesn't work. This is what I believe in. You need to put in the hours, you need to put in the work, and don't believe that you will get that $1 million overnight. You won't. You will need to try, do the errors, learn from your mistakes, and then try to do better again. And keep on adapting, keep on improving, keep on being persistent with your vision, with your purpose of why you are doing what you are doing. If money is your purpose, you might not get a lot of success, but you need to have a bigger purpose where you need to have a goal which gets you out of the bed in the morning and say, you know what, I'm going to go out and make sure that I add value to my customer's life or my employee's life or whoever is working with me. So your purpose should be bigger than money, and you need to be persistent. There is no shortcuts, guys. There is no way in the world that there is, or maybe I don't know, there might be some businesses which might not require hard work, but whoever I have seen all the successful people, whoever I have read about, whoever I know, they have put in 1 million hours a week. They don't sleep at night like normal people. They don't work like average hours. They are always doing something extraordinary. And the biggest takeaway, there are no shortcuts. You need to put in the work.
Did you ever consider a different career path, like thinking about going any other way? Because your degree, was that in marketing as well?
Yeah.
So did you ever think, oh, maybe I'd be more suited to this? Or was it always, I want to do this, I want to help my brother, I want to help my father continue?
I had no idea, to be honest. I had zero idea that I would join the family business. My brother gave me a call. I was in the UK finishing my master's in digital marketing, and my brother says that it's about time you come back and join me. 1 + 1 will become 11 in our case, not 2. So that's his phrase. He's a man of words. And he said, forget everything, forget trying to look for a job, forget a graduate program or getting a visa or a temporary residence or get a UK passport. Just come back to Oman. We're going to build this company together. We're going to build this business together. And he was right. He had the foresight of what we can build. And he was the biggest motivational speaker I had in my life, who was saying, don't worry, it's going to be fine. All good. I know you are lost at this point of time of what your purpose is, but come back, find your way. And he's proven right, I would say.
And that's what you need, right? You need just one person to believe that it can be done. Absolutely. And in that case, it was your brother. And
absolutely,
it led to something so massive.
My brother had the foresight. He has the vision, and we all follow his vision of how he wanted to transform our family business into what it is today. And his voice is a voice of reason, and he has data and facts to back up his reasons. And he always talks in more factual stats of why we should be doing X and why we should not be doing Y. So it's all about having that one person who believes in you. In my case, it was my brother.
Nadeem, what complementary strengths do you think you and your brother had that worked together to grow your business so quickly?
Me and my brother had our roles clearly defined, where I was focused on expanding the retail business as quickly as possible, and I was given all the tools and weapons by my brother, where he said, just go out there, build a retail business as big as possible, as quick as possible. So I was so focused on building every single aspect of the retail business when it came to building the digital marketing team to create ads and focus on Meta and Google and TikTok. I was focused on hiring customer service representatives online. I was building a 26 people remote digital team who was always working full time with MLS, but they were remote workers, but they were full-time workers at MLS. I was on the road trying to find retail locations. So we opened 18 locations in 18 months. That's one location per month. All of that happened because my brother was focused on building and finding the money, raising the capital to finance that growth. So I was so focused on building the retail, and he was focused on making sure that we have enough money, we have enough capital to support the expansion. And that's where we complement each other, where I didn't feel like, okay, we might run out of money. He always made sure that we had the money to make sure to go into retail as quickly as possible and pivot the business. COVID was not easy for anyone. COVID was a disruptive thing. In hindsight, if I look at it, COVID was probably one of the best things which happened to us, because we were able to launch an entirely new segment, an entirely new brand for MLS. And in hindsight, it's an amazing thing, but we went through hell to build whatever we have today.
And those boundaries and systems that you had set out from the onset, how do you think that benefited your relationship with Naveid, both on a personal level and on the business level?
Me and my brother are very close, obviously, on an emotional and a professional level. So we always look at every single decision in a way where we have to think, is it going to benefit the entire company or not? Every decision has to be based on the best interest of the entire organization. We have about 350 people working with us today. We want to make sure that whatever decision we take, it doesn't have to suit his ego or my ego. Every single decision we take is for the company, is for the business. And having that clarity, having that genuine connection emotionally, because he's my brother, and we have zero fear of judgment between each other. We have zero fear of being embarrassed in front of each other. I think me and him, we share more secrets than our wives know about us. So we're pretty close that way. And that enables you to build great companies when you have zero sense of fear or sense of judgment or embarrassment from your fellow partner. So having that emotional connection, having that clear rationality behind every decision, because every decision is based on the best interest of the entire company, and not to serve anybody's ego, or nobody comes out here and say that I'm going to do this because I want to do it. No, I is not the word. We is the word, where we want to do it together. We go out and we open up stores together. It's not like Nadim goes and say, no, I am the one who built it. No, we all came together, agreed on a plan, and then we built it together for the welfare of the entire company.
Working with your family has obviously worked very well for you, but a lot of people say that you shouldn't go into business with your family. It can cause problems. It can cause issues with money, with family, things like that. What's your take on going into business with family?
We come from nothing. We come from very humble beginnings, and for us, whatever we have today is we have built it together. And me, my brother, my father have put in a lot of hours, invested a lot of our time, effort, and money into building what we have. And family businesses can be tricky. I agree 100%, but family businesses can also be one of the best things which can happen to you, where you can if you are able to define clear roles and responsibility and hold each other accountable in the most honest manner, without embarrassing each other, without making each other feel less, it you can create magic. Because if you're aligned on vision, if you're aligned on the clarity of where you're heading as a company, family businesses can do so much more because they are quick on their feet. The decision making is very, very quick. We do not seek the approvals of a CFO or a sales director or a CEO. We are the decision makers. And when you're aligned with your brother or your father, and when you're building that business in the most efficient manner, family businesses are great because you're not accountable to anyone. You're not reporting back to your manager and say, hey, I attended 20 meetings today. No. There is a great level of trust between your brothers, between your father and yourself, and you can always be proud of it when you look in the hindsight. When I look in the hindsight, the best decision ever is I came back and I joined the family business. That was the best decision I ever took. So when you have clarity, when you have that great emotional connection with each other, and when you do not have the fear of judgment, that's so important. We as humans, we don't do so many things because we are always worried about what would other people think of us. So when you remove that fear completely, this is where you create magic together.
Well, yeah, and I think there's a lot to be said in that. And obviously the connection stuff that you had within what seemed to be a really tight-knit family group speaks to how that only 30% of family business ventures make it to the second generation. But I now want to shift and pivot to the expansion stage. You mentioned it a bit before. It's 2 years ago now where you expanded beyond the borders of Oman and into the UAE. What was the most daunting aspects to that decision? But why did you feel it was necessary to make such a shift?
If you had asked me 5 years ago that I would be in Dubai today, I had no idea. I had no fucking idea. I was just trying to build the MLS.om, the online store, and the MLS gourmet stores across Oman. That was my focus. That was my purpose. And as the MLS retail brand continued to grow, it gave us a reason to expand beyond Oman. And Dubai is an anomaly in a positive way. Dubai is wonderful. It rewards you for your ambition. It rewards you for your risk taking. And it's only 4 hours away from Muscat. People don't realize that how close Oman and UAE is. I actually drove yesterday. In 4 hours, I was home from Muscat to Dubai. And considering MLS, coming from Oman with all our logistics, warehouse people, super close to us over here, it was a no-brainer for us to come to Dubai, where we have about 3.5 to 4 million people living in a very densely populated areas where if MLS can grow in Oman, it can thrive in UAE. And to give you an example, we reached to 1,000 orders a day in Oman, but it took us 3 years. We reached 1,000 orders a day in Dubai. It took us 12 months.
Wow.
So that's what Dubai does to you. It rewards you for your consistency, for your hard work, for your effort, for your risk taking. And super close to home. I can always go back to Muscat whenever I want. So now we have 2 offices, one in Muscat, one in Dubai. And I had no idea that I would be doing what I'm doing today. I had no idea I would be sitting in a room in Dubai, Blue Waters Island, and talking to you, gents, over here. So so in hindsight, it's great, it's amazing, but a lot of hard work has gone into it.
I guess you don't know what you don't know, but looking forward 5 years now, do you have an idea of where you'll be? Will you expand further than the UAE?
Absolutely. Now we are on a track to build a great, consolidated red meat company, direct-to-consumer business, where we want to be the next Pepsi of the red meat brands. We don't want you to just buy your red meat. Oh, it came from Australia, it came from New Zealand, it came from South Africa. We want you to buy MLS because MLS is going to look after the traceability and authenticity of that red meat or where it comes from and provide you that story. So when you buy an MLS product, there's a QR code on every packet and you can scan that QR code and it will tell you where it came from. It has a proper landing page on web where it tells you which farm in Australia it came from, whether it came from Dabo or where it came from New South Wales or it came from a casino. We know. So MLS is the present and the future for us. We want to build across the MENA region. We are in 2 countries right now. We're targeting to be in Saudi by next year. So when you ask me 5 years, honestly, I don't know. But there is no method to our madness. We're going to continue doing what we're doing and build in the most sustainable manners. We are not venture capital funded. We are not here to lose billions of dollars in marketing and giving 50% off in the first 50 orders. No, we don't do that. We provide value to you, actual value to you, and build a loyal customer base, a loyal fan base, which will come to MLS because they love MLS, because of the value for money which you get when you purchase from MLS. Value is the word, guys. There's nothing else.
Can you talk us through that relationship that you have with your suppliers, and how much do you or someone in the business travel out to meet these suppliers in person?
We import from 14 different countries: Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Brazil, Argentina, all across. And me and my brother have gone to every single supplier in all of these countries. We have reviewed and built those relationships over time because we were in the wholesale business before. We were buying from the same suppliers before, but now we just buy them for retail purposes. So at the moment we sell 500 plus red meat products from 14 plus countries, and that's majorly grass-fed beef and lamb, Angus beef, Wagyu beef, from the most economical range to the most premium. We didn't want it to be a very premium and niche MLS brand. People say MLS is very premium or we are too expensive. We are not. Let me just break it out there. We are not.
I've been on your website. You are definitely not.
Thank you. Yeah, like they say that now you're too expensive. They come in the comment section and say, how can you sell 4 steaks at 100 dirhams? I'm like, it's 100 dirhams. It's 25 dirhams per steak. It's center of the plate, on the table. I'm not charging you 25 dirhams for French fries. It's a proper grass-fed steak, which came all the way from Australia or New Zealand. And they say, no, your stores look too premium. Yeah, they are. We look too premium, but we are affordable. That is the value. That you don't have to walk into an unclean meat store to buy meat. It's a beautiful gourmet-looking meat store, and you are getting a great product at a great price. That's what we stand for. So they always complain about these things, but I say no. Our customers, MLS customers, are MLS fanboys or fangirls, and we are so focused on them that when I give them the most incredible experience, that's why we have an 85% return customer rate on MLS, on our offline and online stores. If you look at meat worldwide, it is sold per gram per kg. MLS does not do that. What MLS does is that if you want a 250 gram steak, which is 250 gram is the normal amount of protein a person should consume in one setting. It can be lunch or dinner or breakfast with eggs. Why not? So we sell 1 steak 25 dirhams, 4 steaks in 100 dirhams. So we tell you that, hey, Jai, if you're getting 4 people over, you just need to spend 100 dirhams. Yeah. That's 4 ribeyes. Everybody's happy. Everybody's gonna have a good time. It's gonna cost you 100 dirhams. I don't tell you, I'm gonna tell you 1 kg ribeye for 100 dirhams. No. So we simplify that message in a way where you understand. We say that if you are hosting a barbecue, we have a 20 burger box in 100 dirhams. Yeah. So every patty is 125 gram each, and it's going to cost you only 100 dirhams. So we have simplified that marketing message where people think we are premium, but we are not. Okay, our packaging is premium. We only use absorbent foam trays. We use great packaging in terms of cardboard boxing. Everything is biodegradable. We focus on small, simple aspects of making that experience look amazing, but we are pretty economical. And at the end of the day, when you spend a single dirham with us, we want you to get value for money. Coming back to your question of these suppliers have been with us for the last 17 years, and we are so proud to work with our suppliers from across the world. And from the most economical to the most premium, that is the word here. That is what we stand for. MLS wants to service, if you consume Indian beef and Pakistani mutton and Pakistani beef, we have that for you from India and Pakistan. If you like your beef to come from Australia, grass-fed, grass-finished, we have that for you. If you want a very premium Wagyu beef experience, we have from Japan and from Australia for you. If you want, let's say, a bit more South American rump and picanha steak, you like your fat has so much flavor on it, we have Brazilian beef and Argentinian beef for you. So we have understood our customers' need. We understand that your butcher is like your barber. You don't want to go to don't want to change your barber every time, right? So you have to have that trust with your butcher, and MLS is the butcher we want you to trust. That you should not be worried about if your beef or lamb was slaughtered in a halal way or not. You should not be worried about if it's clean or if it's not fresh. We take the responsibility because we are responsible for making sure that every single customer touch point is great. It has to be enjoyable from the moment you order online or you walk into our stores. You need to have an excellent experience for MLS. And if you do not have a good experience, just talk to us. We're humans. We make mistakes. We have 350 people working. They can also make mistakes. We offer 100% free replacements, 100% free returns. If you had a bad experience with us, just talk to us. We're going to refund you immediately. We're going to give you a free replacement immediately, and then we're going to offer you a store credit. That, sorry, we messed up. My apologies, but please try this new order again and give us your feedback.
Well, I think I know for sure in Australia, if businesses were selling 4 steaks for 100 dirham, the door would have been kicked down. It would be absolutely packed. But how do you distinguish when you're going from farm to farm, a reliable and trusted supplier that you can work with for what, as you've said, 17 plus years versus one that maybe should be avoided or might disrupt your supply chain?
When you work in the red meat industry for 17 years, you kind of figure it out of who are trustworthy and who are not. We work with all the top companies across the world. We work with Kilcoy Global Foods in Australia. They're based in New South Wales. We work with Fletcher, which are based in Dublin, Australia. We work with AFCO in New Zealand, Minerva in Brazil. So these are very highly reputable names who have invested billions of dollars into their manufacturing and quality management. So we only buy from those approved and trusted suppliers where we know that we're going to get a consistent product every single day of the year. This is not frozen meat. This is not defrosted meat. This is fresh meat. You need to work with people who have the same values, who have the same morals, who have the same understanding of what you want to achieve. And these are respectable companies. Kilcoy, Minerva, JBS, AFCO, Fletcher, all the big names in the world. You might not know them as a consumer, but when you Google them, you will see that how great these businesses are there. And some of them are actually family-owned businesses who ended up becoming great companies in their own industry. So we have figured out and filtered out good suppliers from not so good suppliers, and we align ourselves with companies who share the same values with us, and that's what matters to us.
Where does your best-selling product come from?
It comes from Australia. It comes from, there is a place called as Kilcoy. You land in Brisbane, you need to drive about 1.5 hours, and it's cattle country. And Kilcoy is, I think, the second or third largest red meat company in Australia.
Obviously, it feels like here in the UAE, you're opening a store what feels like every other week. And as I've been following your socials for a while now, that's the general feeling. But how do you try and balance growth whilst maintaining those quality standards that you've been speaking to throughout this conversation?
So 5 years ago, we were so focused on building up gourmet stores, building up as many retail touch points for our customers. We were opening in every community, in every neighborhood, in every mall. And we want to be as close to our customers. And then 5 years later, when you have grown, when you have a great customer base who relies on you, who trust you as their friendly butcher, as their neighborhood butcher, when you have more stores, you have more problems, because you, Jay, might love shopping from the MLS Motor City store. That, hey Nadeem, your ribeye steaks in Motor City store are better than your ribeye steaks in Marina store. And as you grow more, you start. It pains me, it hurts me when people say that, hey, I got this lamb skewers, great seasoning in Abu Dhabi, but your seasoning in Dubai is not good. It hurts me. That's why we are investing into a central fulfillment center, a central production facility. We are going to build one of the largest central production facility of fresh meat in the UAE. We are at the moment building one in Oman, building the second one in UAE right now, where we have the ability to produce 50,000 steaks in a day. We can produce up to 100,000 skewers in a day. We have bought a robot from Germany, which can do skewers of lamb and beef. It can build up to 50,000 skewers in a day, to standardize our product. So when you go to a supermarket and you buy a can of cola or Pepsi, we want you to buy MLS red meat in the same way, where every single product is standardized, is packed in a great way, sealed, and shelf life on it, 100% fresh, 100% halal, and your experience should be standardized across all touch points. So no matter if you go to Marina or Motor City or Abu Dhabi, the product is the same. So our retail stores or our fulfillment centers are going to act as dispatch points to deliver as quickly as possible to our customers. It's like a milk delivery. So every day, fresh milk is produced, dispatched to outlets across the country. We're going to produce fresh meat every day, pack into retail trays, dispatch across countries.
And you spoke a bit about how important your family's been in this journey. But has there been anyone else, like any friends, other mentors that you've had along the way that's helped you to be where you are now?
It's always me and my brother. And have to learn yourself. You have to learn the hard way sometimes. You have to invest in, you have to take some bad decisions and then learn the hard way. But for me and my brother are the only two people who run this company. And he's a mentor to me, and I hope I'm a mentor to him. Not sure about that, but yeah. Me, my brother, my father, and nobody else who has come along the way. And for me, I take my knowledge. I learn a lot from reading. I'm an active reader of the Telegraph, of the Wall Street Journal, of the MLA, of the Meat and Livestock Australia, of understanding where the meat is coming from, what's happening into the global meat markets, what can we do to get our products better. I learned a lot about e-commerce. I had no idea how to run an e-commerce business 5 years ago. I learned everything on my own in terms of how to run ads on Meta, on TikTok, how to create content for the MLS brand, for my own personal brand. And people say, no, Nadeem, you're an influencer. No, not an influencer. I only create content for MLS. That's the only brand I live and breathe for. I'm going to die for. And I'm not an expert on watches or supercars or whatnot. I am not. I am only focused on building content because in this day and age, in 2026, you need to create content. You need to be alive. You cannot be just posting once in a week and say, hey, it's enough. No, the algorithms have to understand you as a business, have to understand you as a personal brand, and then the algorithm will find the audiences for you. 5 years ago, we were paying a fortune to influencers to come in and promote the MLS brand. 5 years later, all these influencers are out of jobs because algorithm rewards you for quality of your content. Before it was like, you had 1 million followers, you might get 1 million views on your post. Today, you can have only 1 follower. But if you create the right piece of content online, you can get 2 million views out of it. So follower counts don't matter. Your quality of content matters. That's why I started learning how to create content for my own personal brand, and my personal brand is the MLS brand. So I will not go and start promoting other supercar companies or watches. That's not me. I only know red meat. I know the industry. I know beef, lamb, and mutton. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to create content which resonates with MLS, which the values which I have, and try to just learn every single day of how the algorithm on TikTok is working as compared to the algorithm on Instagram, because that's where the world is today. And you have to keep up with it, read more about it, learn more about it, understand what's going on. Look at Mr. Beast, how he's creating content. Look at how the Diary of CEO is a great podcast. Look at how Andrew Huberman is doing what he's doing. Learn from great people, get that knowledge, and become your own mentor.
No, absolutely, and selling, that how you can sell you and your business is just becoming so much more important. But I just want to speak to this year. We're at the start of 2026. Everyone's been through their New Year's resolutions, and I doubt you and the business, no doubt, have been through yours. What are your guys' goals for this year?
Our goal this year is to build the biggest production facility for MLS retail red meat in Oman and in UAE. We have invested a lot of money into bringing the most state-of-the-art equipment from Germany. We got a mincer which can produce about 50,000 kgs in a day. We got a burger machine which creates about 100,000 burgers in a day. We got a slicer, a robot to make skewers. We are investing in so much equipment, and we want to make sure that we standardize every single product which MLS creates from a central production facility. So that's our goal for this year. At the same time, we are opening a store in Mall of Oman, which is the largest mall in Oman. It's opening hopefully by March. We are opening a store in Jumeirah in Dubai. We're opening a store in Reem Island, Abu Dhabi. So a lot of things are happening on the back end as well. So our resolution is to just grow and make sure that we deliver value to our customers every single day.
And that back end's where I want to focus in. You said you have 350 people working at the moment. You said how important it is to value every person that's involved in your business, your customers, your family, and your workers as well. How do you manage 350 people?
When I say that value is everything for us, it means that I want to add value to every single person who works with MLS or who knows MLS or who is associated with MLS in any possible way. And when you are 20 people in a company, It's okay to work without standard operating procedures. It's okay to work without a set path and set goals. It's fine. But when you are 350 people, you need to have a structure. You need to have guidelines. You need to have hierarchies in place where every person feels comfortable to be themselves, to get the best possible experience of working with MLS. And we're not perfect. We're trying our best. We're investing a lot in our tech ecosystem, automations of human resource management, of making sure that every single person who works at MLS has a great employment experience with us. Managing them is not easy, it's difficult, but then if you fast forward 5 years ago, we were only about 100 people. So we have added 150 people across the last 5 years by opening up more stores. And now we are probably adding another 100 people in the next 12 months with 2 production facilities coming up in Oman and in UAE. We try our best to have systems in place by providing everybody a fair treatment of whatever they have signed up for. Nobody should be treated unfairly. Nobody should be treated on the basis of their race, gender, creed, or whatnot. We need to be fair. We need to be 100% transparent in our communication with our people. And every single person who works with us should believe in their vision, should believe why we exist. We exist to nourish people with nature's finest red meat. Every single people should have that. Every single person should have that in the DNA. That's the DNA of our company. They should believe in it. And if they are not happy, our customers won't be happy.
Absolutely.
In a retail business, when your own people are not happy, your customers won't be happy. Your customer service agent will not pick up the phone every morning and be gentle and kind and understanding to your customer if he or she is not happy herself or himself. They need to be happy in order for your customers to be happy. Your customer service people, your retail people, your supervisors, butchers, managers, all the way from CEO, your finance CFO, all the way to your cleaner, janitor, whoever you have, to your frontline workers, everyone, they need to be happy if you want your customers to be happy.
Yeah, when customers are what keep the doors open, so it's so central. And obviously you've already spoken to the system and stuff that you've put in place to really be able to scale your business hugely back in Oman and here in the UAE, and you've spoken to how you're planning to expand into Saudi Arabia in the near future. Is there anywhere outside the Gulf region that you've kind of got on the horizon? I know you can't maybe give away too much, but have you got a country or even just give us a region that you've got something in mind?
We don't know anything outside GCC. We have no idea what exists outside MENA or GCC. Yeah. I come from Pakistan, but I was born and raised in Oman. My best friends are Omanis. I have lived all my life. I've gone to school, university in Oman, in the Arab world. I'm 32 years old. I'm living in Dubai now. I knew this ecosystem. My brother is pretty similar to me. So for us, wherever life takes us, wherever the business takes us, but for now, our focus is the GCC. Our focus is the MENA. And then sky's the limit. Why not? Anywhere in the world.
And you're so honed in on your business, but I'm sure there's something outside of MLS. Who are you beyond your business? And, what do you do for fun? What do you spend your spare time on?
What I do for fun, I play cricket. After moving to Dubai, I was able to find a group of people who were very enthusiastic about indoor cricket. So we have a club called as Spartans. We play like 4 times a week, and not very healthy for our bodies. But indoor cricket can be very tiring. But it's great fun. That is something which I look forward to every evening. So I get out of the office from 9 p.m. I directly go to play a game. And we were about 4 people who were so passionate. And then we ended up building a club. And indoor cricket is something which I really enjoy. That's one part of my life where I have this group of people who were able to build a club, and then MLS, being MLS, ended up becoming a sponsor of the club. So now today we have more than 50 plus members in the club and more than 4 teams which actively operates. We also are going to South Africa to play Club World Series for indoor cricket. That's one thing. And then apart from that, love being at home, love being with the family, just to watch Netflix for like 12 hours a day. I don't mind. I can brain rot and binge watch an entire series and not get tired, and eat junk food. I love my burgers. I love my steaks.
Of course.
If you ask me what's the best burger in the world, that's McDonald's for me. I know people will come and say no, this and that. I'm like, McDonald's is the best. You know why? because I have that taste registered in and processed in my mind that I know what I'm getting. So it's that grand chicken spicy. That's my burger, and I order that. I love it.
How important do you think it is, Nadeem, to segment business into only being one aspect of your life and not, as it may seem for a lot of people, especially as they're starting out, as the only aspect in their life from the time they wake up to the moment they go to bed?
I believe you cannot be successful in your business if you're not fully committed to it. It is more important than your marriage. It's more important than your friendships. It's the most important relationship you will ever have in your life. The relationship you have with your business. If that relationship is toxic, you will not grow. If that relationship is not adding value to your life, it won't grow. So you need to find a working model in your life where from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you are building and you're committed to that one purpose of building your business. And you need to be okay with hardships. You need to be okay with putting in the hour because you're loving it in the back of your mind. If you don't enjoy what you do, don't do it. If you are not enjoying your business, you will never thrive on it. So you need to love what you do. You need to follow your passion. I know everybody says follow your passion, but yes, you need to follow your passion because that's what drives you on your bad days. Because in business, it is so easy to have bad days, and you always forget your good days the moment you have a bad day, and you will have a lot of bad days. That happens to everyone. So in your bad days, you're like your memory of how your business makes you feel will take you out, will get you through that bad day. And I believe you need to have that ability to put in the hours and build. Otherwise, I have a lot of friends who would work 9 to 5. They're happy with their life as well. Amazing respect to them for what they are doing and what they are building. But business is not 9 to 5. You have to be online, you have to stay on top of your things, you need to be constantly, actively solving problems for your people, for your team members, for your business, if you want it to thrive. You cannot say that, hey, I'm going to work 8 hours a day and build a great business. Nobody has ever done that. You need to put in the hours, you need to be passionate about what you do, you need to look after your people, you need to be on top of things. You cannot say that, hey man, I'm not feeling like working today. It's okay, you will have those days, but then when you enjoy what you do, automatically you'll be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go to work and get it done. Because being at work, being in your office is gonna make you happy. It's gonna get you through your bad days as well. If you're struggling with your relationships, with your friendships, being at work is gonna solve that for you. And that's why so many people thrive when they have a crisis at home, but they're doing great outside. But you need to have clarity that what you are doing today and what you stand for, and where you want to be in the next 5 or 10 years. You need to have clarity in life. And I say this again and again, there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts whatsoever. You have to put in the work, put in the time, and stop fucking complaining about it. Live with it, deal with it.
You've given so much good advice and advice that you've picked up along the way, but what's probably the advice that you've got in your life that you think maybe that wasn't the right thing, and you learned that that's not the way to go?
Wow, that's a deep question. So what is the advice I have got, which...
Advice that you've got that you thought, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to, that's not the person I am, and I'm going to do it this way.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Good. Working for the last 11 years, people always came to me and say, you need to be ruthless, you need to be aggressive, you need to show aggression, you need to be a dick with people, and I don't think that is the way. I think you need to be kind, you need to lead with kindness, you need to be a good role model, you need to be an example in everything you do, from the way you handle your employees, or how you handle your customers outside, your business-to-business customers or business-to-consumer customers. You need to lead with kindness. You cannot be arrogant with your success. You cannot be ruthless when it comes to dealing with businesses. You need to stay kind, you need to stay humble, you need to stay grounded and understand from everybody's perspective. So when people say to me that, no, you gotta be like a killer, you gotta be ruthless, maybe they are right in their own sense, but I think relationships are everything. My relationship with you defines everything. My relationship with an individual defines how great that relationship is and how much value we can add each other. So yeah, you will have haters along the way, but don't make enemies. You need to have a working relationship with, no matter how much you have hurt, how much you are hurt. You need to have a working relationship with everyone. In business, you cannot have emotions, you cannot have egos. You can say, no, you hurt me once, I'm not going to talk to you. No, have a working relationship always, and lead from kindness. Always follow integrity. Always have the audacity and the courage, same time, audacity and the courage to say, you know what, it's okay. It's all right. This person has wronged me once, it's okay. Because business is not a one-day thing. You need to do business for the rest of your life. You might find need of that particular relationship or that individual one day. So I believe in leading from a place of kindness, being humble, being grounded, being understanding with people, as compared to being a dick about it. Don't be a dick about it.
Do you feel those values that you've seemed to carry out throughout the whole journey, do you feel that they've originated within that family business, and they can only, for people who maybe haven't started a family business, they've got that different logic, and do you feel it's you and your brother trying to live out his honour that you've upheld those kind of values?
Absolutely. When you spend so much time together with your brother trying to build a business, you end up having the same values as well of how we treat each other or how we treat other people in similar situations, in difficult situations. And everybody is your friend in your good days, but who is with you in your bad days is going to define your real relationships. And our value system is so strong, where we want to be kind with people, we want to be fair with people. Fair is everything. And when you're being fair with people, it can also hurt you at the same time, but you got to have the courage to accept the losses, take your losses, move on, go forward. And yes, absolutely, when two brothers are working so closely and so hard together, you end up having same values as well, and you end up learning from each other of how one person handles pressure, and you try to handle our pressure in a similar way, in a better way, and you learn from each other. You kind of figure out a way of how to look at each other and understand, maybe he has done something similar in a situation where he was under pressure, maybe I should do the same. And we always say, lead from a place of kindness, and don't try to be a bully in a room, because nobody likes bullies. You gotta be humble, you gotta be grounded.
Nadeem, just kind of as a closing note, if you could leave listeners, especially young entrepreneurs or those about to join family businesses, with one lesson, what do you think that would be?
It's gonna be hard in the start, joining your family business and trying to find your place in the family business is gonna be super hard in the start. Be persistent, give it time, and it's not a spa, it's a gym. You need to go in, you need to get the work done every single day. You have to be persistent, you have to stay determined. And yes, there will be bad days, there will be failures, there's gonna be low moments. That's okay, that's part of life. You move on, you try to do better the next day, and your biggest competition is yourself. It's not somebody else, it's not your brother, it's not your father, it's not your sister. Your biggest competition is with your own self, where you need to tell yourself, it's okay, I'm in the learning period in the first few years. Until you get a grip of things, until you get a control of things, you are in a learning period, and you say, it's okay, I'm still learning, I'm getting a hang of it. So stay persistent, take your losses, don't try to expand your losses. Don't try to just continue running with losses. Take your losses quickly, as soon as possible, and move on. Improve, learn from your mistakes, and be persistent. You will not get along with your family on the first day. You will not get along with them on the first week. It might take you years. It might take you years to earn that respect. It might take you years to understand maybe it's not the right fit for you, but you have to give it time. You cannot just say that, hey, you know what, Dad, I'm CEO now. No, you can't. Yeah, okay. Yeah, talk to your father, talk to him and say that, okay, I'm here to add value and trying to help you. But he's a man who built everything himself without you. So he also should be able to trust you with your instincts. And there are family businesses where I also see that founders are not very happy to give away the power, even if to their brothers or their kids. So I understand that. But any founder who has done the hard yards, who has done the hard work, who has built something, they will always welcome people who add value. Become a person who is valuable. Become a contributor. Become a positive impact in that company. That founder, that father, that CEO will give you the place, will allow you to grow. And stay persistent because you want to add value on the first day. You might take some time. You might take some weeks to get a hang of it, to understand what's your purpose is in the company. And then, once you have that ability, once you have got that knowledge, got that learning, and you have figured out that you got your ducks in a row, and now you know what you're doing with your family business, then you go back to your father and say, I'm ready. Let me do. And then you start questioning him objectively, respectfully, while also respecting his legacy and his hard work that I know you have done this way, but let's try this way. And show him actual facts, just like how you would do to your reporting manager outside. Yeah, give that respect. Earn that respect. Don't say that, hey, you know what, I'm CEO first day. No, this is not Wolf of Wall Street. You need to get in the business, get yourself so absorbed and get yourself so integrated into the culture, into the DNA of that business, and then ask for respect. And respect is something which is you have earned over time. It cannot be demanded. It cannot be said, hey, start respecting me now. People will automatically find respect for you if they see that you're adding positive value to the company.
Nadeem, thank you so much for sharing the MLS story. It's one, no doubt, that's shaped by legacy and by your persistent and exponential growth. You show such deep respect for people and the systems behind the food that we eat, the food that we consume. You've navigated disruption and you've built alongside your family, and it's clearly something that's not just about the money, it's not just about the growth, but it's about your responsibility and how much you care about what you produce. I can tell that the next chapter of MLS, parallel to its future here, whatever, I can tell that what we've just talked about, is just the beginning. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate when Jay called me up and said that, hey, you want to be a part of the podcast? And I was like, yes, because I love talking to people. I love talking to my customers or my friends or my network because I can learn something from them. So I really enjoy talking to you guys. And I love how prepared you were with your questions. You had done your research. You knew what you were doing.